look at that! It's our solar system! Let's find out as much as we can. We discovered that our planets form from many collisions in space. The first 4 planets are the terrestrial planets. The terrestrial planets are small, dense, rocky planets that orbit closest to the Sun. These 4 planets are the last 4 planets, and they travel far from the Sun in their orbits. These are called the gas giants. They have deep, massive gas atmospheres made up of mostly helium and hydrogen. I have sent out my students through the solar system to all of these different planets. Let's see who's ready to check in. Mercury, anybody there?
Hey, Ms. Gruver, we went to the planet Mercury, and this is what we found.
Thanks for the introduction, Carter. My job on Mercury was to look at its structure. I found out that Mercury is mostly made up of volcanic rock and has an iron core. Mercury's core takes up most of its diameter. There is no atmosphere on Mercury, so the climate is thick and dense. Mercury's surface gravity is very low. Now on to Cameron.
Hey guys, Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It is about 0.39 AU from the Sun. If you look at the night sky, Mercury looks similar to the faintest star. Mercury is located halfway between Sun and the Earth.
Hey, it's Melissa. My job was to look at the rotation of Mercury. On Mercury, a day lasts 59 days on Earth. 29 of the days, the sun shines on Mercury's surface. Mercury rotates in an ellipse around the sky.
My job on Mercury was the temperature. At the highest, Mercury can get to 427 degrees Celsius and the lowest of negative 184 degrees Celsius. The difference between day and night on Mercury is 600 degrees Celsius. Mercury has the greatest temperature difference in the whole solar system.
Hi, it's Lauren. I was in charge of finding the mass of Mercury. Mercury's diameter is 4,879 kilometers. Its core is about 3,600 kilometers, which is the most of any of the planet's interior. The core is partially molten, and Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system.
Great job, team! That was amazing! So many cool things about Mercury. I wonder what they're finding out over on Venus.
Gruver, thanks for coming to Venus. We haven't been able to get any pictures of Venus because its atmosphere is so hot because of the carbon dioxide trapping all the heat and making the surface temperature over 900 degrees Fahrenheit.
On the planet Venus, there's up to thousands of volcanoes and craters.
Stop talking about the surface of Venus. I am stuck in a volcano.
Under the crust of volcanoes, there is a mantle, which is about 570 degrees Fahrenheit or 300 degrees Celsius.
Under the mantle, the core stands at 5,200 degrees Kelvin.
I'm going to talk to you guys about how Venus has a twin named Earth and how Venus got its name. Did you guys know that Venus and Earth are almost the same size and basically has the same mass as each other? It's also named after the goddess of love.
Whoa! I can't believe all of that! That is amazing! Venus is almost the same size as Earth? Oh my gosh, Earthlings! Are you there? Fill us in! What did you find out?
Hey, Miss Gruver. It's your students reporting from Earth, and we're here to tell you a little bit about what we learned. Hello, this is Madison, and I'm here to tell you what's so special about Earth. Earth is so special because it's the only planet with living things on it. It's able to have these living things because of its atmosphere, the water it provides, the temperature, and the ability to grow crops. Without these things, life would not be supported on Earth. Next, we're going to have Ava tell you about Earth's abundance of water and life.
Earth has abundant water and life. Ideal conditions for life to emerge and flourish come from liquid water oceans and moderate temperatures. Organisms that produce food by photosynthesis appeared in oceans, allowing for oxygen. More complex life forms arose using oxygens to release energy from food. Now let's see what Brody learned.
The planet's surface is composed of fragile tectonic plates. Only terrestrial planets move by plates. Temps fluctuate between 127 Celsius during the day and negative 173 Celsius at nighttime. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and has one moon. What did you learn, Claire?
12 astronauts have landed on the Earth's moon. The surface gravity is about 1/6 of that on Earth, and the moon's surface is heavily cratered. There are roughly 500,000 craters on the Earth's moon. Kayla, what did you learn?
There's one satellite on Earth. The surface gravity is 100%. The atmosphere has oxygen. There's water on the surface. More facts from Ari.
What I learned is that the distance from the sun is 1.0 AU. The period of rotation is 23 hours, 56 minutes, and the period of revolution is 365.3 days. This is Ari reporting.
Great work, team! It's amazing what you're finding out. All these wonderful facts. I'm impressed with all that you're doing. I wonder what's going on over at Mars. Alex, are you and your team members there?
Hey, Mrs. Gruver, we're on planet Mars. Here's what we learned. Alright, go ahead, take it away, Lucas.
Hey, I'm in charge of the Northern Hemisphere. The Northern Hemisphere is covered in lava flow. The Northern Hemisphere holds the largest volcano, which is called Olympus Mons. You're up, Hayden.
Thank you, Lucas. The Southern Hemisphere is covered in craters and very deep valleys and canyons. An example is Valles Marineris. It is 400 kilometers long, 500 kilometers wide, and up to 10 kilometers deep, making it the largest canyon in the solar system. What did you learn, Justice?
Mars is made up of dark volcanic rock and boulder litter. Powdery dust covers rock. Dust is from chemical breakdowns of iron materials.
Thank you, Justice. So here's the atmosphere of Mars. The atmosphere of Mars is mostly made up of carbon dioxide and can freeze in winter months but melt in summer months. And giant winds create great big dust storms that can cover the entire planet. Wow.
Thanks, Alexander. Did you know water once flowed on Mars? I discovered river basins that existed 3 billion years ago. So, what are some fast facts, Alex?
Thanks, Parker. The number of moons that Mars has is 2. The surface gravity of Mars is 37% of Earth's surface gravity. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun and is named after the Roman god of war.
Oh, this is so exciting. So just a quick recap. We found out Mercury, the smallest planet. Then we have Venus, Earth's twin. Earth, there's actual life there. And Mars, the red planet with volcanoes and canyons. This is blowing my mind. All of the missions so far have been outstanding. We are flying out in space. I can see you out there. It's time to find out. Anybody there on Jupiter? Hello? Jupiter, come in, please.
Hey, Mrs. Gruver. Oh man, we're on Jupiter, and woo, isn't it windy out here? There's lots of wind storms going on around here, and woo, it's windy. But go ahead, take it away, Cameron.
Jupiter is known as the largest planet in the solar system. It's also known for its red spot. The red spot has been observed for 350 years. Jupiter can contain about 900 Earths in it. Jupiter rotates the fastest out of all of the planets. What is Jupiter's atmosphere, Lucas?
Thanks, Cameron. Jupiter consists of hydrogen, helium, methane, and ammonia. Jupiter is known for its red spots. Jupiter also has the most massive planet in our solar system. You're up, Alex.
Thank you, Lucas. Jupiter is the stormiest planet in the solar system. Winds circle the planet and can appear as red or white spots. The most famous storm is the Great Red Spot. What did you learn, Claire?
I learned that Jupiter has the most moons of any planet. Jupiter has a total of 63 moons. The 4 largest moons are called the Galilean moons, but 46 of them are much smaller. The 2 moons Justice will teach you about are Io and Europa. So Justice, what did you learn?
The most volcanically active is Io. It has over 400 active volcanoes on it. Europa has an icy surface, possibly holding liquid water.
I'm here to talk to you guys about Jupiter. Jupiter has 63 moons. Crazy, right? Jupiter is named after the king of the Roman gods. Jupiter is the largest planet.
No way! All that wind in Jupiter? Who would have known? And that big red storm. I love what you guys are finding out. Saturn, your turn. Are you there?
Hi, Miss Gruver. Welcome to Saturn. We learned a lot about how Saturn works and what it is like. Saturn is the near twin to Jupiter and the second largest gas giant. It is mostly made up of hydrogen and helium. 800 Earths could fit inside the volume of Saturn. Saturn's density is less than the density of Earth. Here's more from Madison.
Planetary rings circle Saturn. Many individual rings make up and form complex bands.
Gap areas can be occupied by moons. Rings consist of trillions of small icy bodies. Rings are mostly pieces of leftover collisions of Saturn's moon with comets and asteroids. What did you learn, Riley?
Saturn's moon Enceladus has water geysers. This moon has an icy surface but a liquid interior beneath the surface. These geysers are the largest geysers in the solar system. What did you learn, Brody?
I learned that the Titan is the largest moon of Saturn. Atmosphere is denser than Earth's. Methane forms clouds and creates methane rain. Lakes and ponds exist here. What did you learn, Kayla?
Saturn has 53 satellites. The surface gravity is 106%. The atmosphere has oxygen and there's water on the surface.
The distance from the Sun is 9.5 AU. The period of rotation is 10 hours and 39 minutes. The period of revolution is 29.5, and the rings were first seen by Galileo. Reporting back to you.
Thanks, Hayden and the rest of the team on Saturn. Thank you for sending me back this picture of space. I love it. It's fantastic. Ava, I think you guys are up next. Where are you?
Reporting back to Miss Gruver. This is Ava. We became experts on Uranus. Let's see what Parker learned.
Ava. So, I discovered Uranus is the only planet that's tilted on its side as it orbits the Sun. We think Jupiter and Saturn's gravitational pull caused the tilt. Jackson, what did you find?
Thanks, Parker. This slide is about Uranus' orbit. A single revolution is 84 years of Uranus, and 21 years is the North Pole, and it faces the Sun, with South Pole is in the dark. Those poles then reverse for the next 21 years. The winter period is complete darkness, while the summer period is constant daylight. Spring and fall are like Earth with daylight and nighttime. What did you discover, Uranus, Lord?
Thanks, Jackson. I discovered that Miranda is one of Uranus's moons. It's the fifth largest moon and is covered in different types of icy crust. Gravitational forces of Uranus cause material from the moon's interior to rise to its surface. Alright, Chase, what did you discover?
Thanks, Lauren. Did you know that Uranus has 27 satellites and its surface gravity is 39% of Earth's? There is no water on its surface. Now on to you, Alexander.
Thanks, Chase. Uranus is 9.2 AU from the Sun. Its period of rotation is 17 hours and 20.
Thanks for reporting back. I love your facts about Uranus. It's hard to believe it rotates on its side. But if your investigation shows that Jupiter and Saturn's gravitational pull and everything else out there had it tilt on its side, I gotta believe it. On to our next planet. I believe it's Neptune. Anybody there?
I'm Miss Gruver. We went to Neptune, and this is what we found out.
I am Aaron, and on Neptune, I studied its atmosphere and some of its crazy storms. Neptune is most famous for its storm called the Great Dark Spot. It is called that because on Neptune's surface, it appears dark. Neptune's atmosphere is made up of hydrogen, helium, and a little bit of Neptune. That is all I found out. On to you, Lucas.
I was on Neptune. I looked at its location and moons. Neptune is the 8th planet from the Sun, and the sunlight is 900 times fainter on Neptune than on Earth. Neptune has 13 moons. The most famous one is Triton. Triton rotates the opposite way the planet does. Triton is slowly getting pulled towards Neptune's surface.
Hi everyone, it's Cora, and my job on Neptune was to look at its structure. Neptune has a core made of iron and other metals. Neptune doesn't have a solid surface, and its atmosphere takes up most of its exterior. Neptune has 6 known rings. Melissa, what were you in charge of again?
I was in charge of finding out fun facts about Neptune. Neptune was named after the Roman god of the sea. It has 13 satellites. Neptune's surface gravity is 112% of Earth's gravity. Thank you, Ms. Gruver.
Thanks, Team Neptune. Great job. I think that's all of you out there in the Milky Way. Right there. I see you. Hurry home, but be safe. Until next time. Look at this picture. We have Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. All of these planets that our students have gone to, these are the Jovian planets. We have learned that a gas giant is a giant planet that is made of gas. They are different from rocky or terrestrial planets that are all made of mostly rock. And unlike the rocky planets, gas giants do not have a well-defined surface. There's no clear boundary between where the atmosphere ends and the surface starts.